find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
We got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Shadow.
Guys, we truly appreciate all the support and love you guys have been giving out to us. We hope that we kind of been helping y'all out in y'all's fantasy leagues. Every week we're trying to give you all the information you need to get forward. Don't forget about our giveaways, guys. So, if you like and subscribe and you comment on one of our videos, your name goes in a hat. Mm-hmm. And once we get to 3,500 subscribers, we're giving away 4 jerseys to 4 individual people. Those 4 jerseys are going to be 3 Tajay Spears signed jerseys and also 1 Jackson jersey when he was on the Chargers. At 5,000 subscribers, we're giving away 1 signed and authenticated Kyrene Williams jersey with 3 mystery boxes.
Yep.
Now, we're not sure what's in these mystery boxes as far as who, what, when, and where. We know there's 2 jerseys and 1 football, all signed by a real NFL superstar and authenticated either by Beckett or JSA, all from our friends over at Pristine Auction.
They still have the tamper-proof tape on there. And if you guys win it, man, send us a comment, a video, or something. Let us know what you got. Yeah,
reach out to us at smashmouth1footballerz@gmail.com. And if you just want to, have us put your name on the cast, just let us know, and there'll be an episode or so. We'll blink you in there for a couple seconds. You can just let us know if you like the show or episode or anything like that.
If you think there's something that we're missing that you want to put out, put it out.
Yeah, let us know. We'll discuss it right out here. Mm-hmm. Also, guys, got our merch store, right? So we got some great gear. We got hats, right? Tumblers,
shirts,
everything, and some great gear, quality products, all that other stuff. But for every $5 you spend in our store, we're going to be giving away this 1 Devin White signed, authenticated mini speed helmet, or maybe you're a Star Wars fan. Okay,
I am.
Boba Fett.
I am too.
Right, signed and authenticated, also from Pristine Auction.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So what we got this week?
Well, we got to go into bye weeks, of course, now.
Let's talk about these bye weeks, because we're about to get hit hard by bye weeks. So this week is going to be week 10 is going to be 4 teams.
Yep, and then we go into a huge week. These NFL did a little something different where they had 2 teams on a bye, 2 weeks on a bye. Fantasy wise, it helped us all out, but now we're getting into where it's going to affect us tremendously because it's 4, and we're going in deeper next week as well. So we got Green Bay on a bye.
So we got Cleveland, Green Bay,
Oakland, Las
Vegas, and Seattle. Yep. So there are some players out there. Cleveland, probably Nick Chubb. I can't think of many others. Maybe their defense. Maybe you have their defense.
Yeah, running backs and tight ends look like they're going to get hammered. You're going to be hopefully poaching. You got somebody good on your bench. If not, you're going to have to go to the waiver wire, and it's slim pickings out there.
It might be too late to make a trade for this next upcoming game, but you got games coming up.
Yeah, and in the middle of all this excitement and week 10 going into fantasy, the trade deadline's done. We had some big moves.
Yeah, some real big moves.
We had Mingo leave. Mingo went to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are hurting right now with CeeDee Lamb with his torn AC, and Dak's hurt, and we had
Lattimore with the Saints. He went to the Commanders.
Yeah, it was 3-4-5, and that helps them out. They're 7-2. Russell Wilson got a new weapon.
I think that was a great trade.
I think it was great.
Because they got 3 draft picks out of the deal. Mm-hmm. The team itself needs to be a rebuild, like Joe's been saying on all the other episodes. They got to tear everything down.
And start and you got to start. Well, they got rid of the coach. Now the quarterback has to go.
Yeah, and that's
Mickey Loomis. He may be packing Derek Carr's bags.
Yeah.
Well, they were talking about Mickey Loomis today on the news. Maybe he may not.
I don't think he's going to last.
But who's going to go in there and take on that?
I'm not sure.
You got Mueller, who was there before, and then you got Jeff Ireland, who at one time was a big name with. He did a terrible job in Miami, but nobody's ever questioned how good he is at scouting players, right? So, and Kai Harley's always been there. Then we could go in Saints. We had this 30-minute conversation by itself. But Pittsburgh probably made the best splash moves, I think, when they got Za'Darius Smith on the edge, and they went and got
Mike Williams.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Worked out for the Jets. I think the Steelers may be a legitimate Super Bowl contender now.
I mean, now with Mike Williams, that gives them some other value out there.
Big body on the outside.
You got three. You got three now. You got Mike Williams. You got George Pickens, who's a 50-50 ball hog, and Austin. What he's done in the slot is nobody's talking about it, but he's come on since Russell Wilson started playing quarterback. So
absolutely,
I'm gonna tell you, it kind of surprises me. So, like Russell Wilson in Denver was hot garbage.
Yes,
and then Justin Fields came out and started winning, and you thought when they benched him, you were like, man, what kind of decision was this? But who went and started giving old boy Russell Wilson some medication or something, because he's back to old Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he looks pretty good, man.
It's that Arthur Smith run the ball, and he's always done great off schedule. Russell Wilson, if you always put him in a timing offense or something like that, he's never been one to read defenses like this. But if you get him off schedule where he's able to move in the pocket, like he can't scramble like he used to,
right?
But he's still mobile enough that he can buy you some time,
he can create a little distance,
and his deep ball is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always had that. The way he's arched up. I mean, you got two big body receivers. He
was hitting George Pickens.
Yeah.
Last couple of weeks, Pickens has been getting it.
I can't believe I'm gonna say it, but I mean, we got some bye weeks coming.
Yeah,
he might be a viable play. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely on the waiver wire pick. He's going to be. The way he's been. Aaron Rodgers is a top 12. When everybody's talking about it, he's a top 12 fantasy the past 3 weeks
with the easy schedule going forward.
Oh yeah, and did y'all see that Garrett Wilson? Did y'all see that one-handed catch? Oh my God, dude, that's the catch of the year.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That was amazing.
That wasn't like one of those ones where he was on the backside. He actually had to turn around almost the whole way.
It was.
Did you see that when he caught it? It looked like the Jordan pose.
Yeah,
that was great.
That was pimp.
He had his legs out.
The pickup that's going to move the needle most for me is going to be D-Hop.
Yeah,
he looks like he's unstoppable.
Man, I'm so tired of talking about Kansas City, but that's such a genius move by them. That was such a genius move.
I don't know what the Titans were thinking.
They're tearing it down. I think they're tearing it down there. I don't think they have much faith in Will Levis going forward.
No, they're
got Mason Rudolph.
They're looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I think. Since we're talking about those catches and what moved the needle here, how about last week's games?
Okay, let's go into them.
Sure.
Texans Jets. Okay, the Jets showed up. C.J. Stroud has showed that he definitely misses his receivers. He misses them.
Yeah. And
Nico's coming back.
Yeah,
Nico's coming back.
So they said Nico's feeling good and looks like he'll play this week.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
we know that. You got him in every league.
Every league. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a revert back to last year. I mean, you got Tank Dell, you're going to have Nico. They got a better running back, obviously. And what surprised me with the Texans through 10 weeks, they're not using Schultz the way I thought they were going to lean on him when all these guys hurt.
If they want to win, they're going to have to.
They're going to have to.
I don't understand why they haven't.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because CJ has like 2.3 seconds to get rid of the ball.
His offensive line wasn't good last year, which is why I thought he had such a remarkable rookie year. And the second year, he's not. Let's just be honest, he's not playing as good as he did last year. And part of it is that offensive line is not
blocking.
Yeah, it's not at all. It's I think they've worked out La'el Collins this week. Old LSU La'el Collins. I was like, my gosh, man.
Reaching.
Yeah,
we're
reaching. Yeah. So
offense is still going to run through Mixon either way.
But
they ran that boy last week.
Yeah, they're going to end up running him into some kind of injury or something. They need to watch it.
Tank Dell was open a couple times, wide open, and they just kept running it.
He still produced though. Tank Dell still produced last week, but it was they're gonna have to revert back to what they did last year. And the Jets, quietly, like the past 4 games, Aaron Rodgers put up more than 18 points. If he's out there and you got somebody on a bye, he's a top 12 fantasy quarterback the past 4 weeks. That's only going to go up. They got rid of Williams. They don't need him.
They don't need him.
He's got
with Devontae out there, Garrett's not getting double teamed.
Right.
No,
didn't it show?
Yeah, did it?
Yeah, it's starting to come together. Maybe too little, too late.
And they used Devontae Adams the way they needed to. They got him to get the space he needed to get those first downs to move down the field.
So I got a question for you.
Yep.
Would you play Aaron Rodgers going forward over Kyler Murray?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but yeah.
Kyler Murray has been hit or miss. He's been so inconsistent. Right now, Aaron Rodgers is on a tear. I mean, he's not on a tear, but it's, you know what you're going to get. If I get
when he's hot,
he's gaining momentum.
Yeah.
Confidence goes a long way in this game.
Yeah.
So next game, Commanders Giants. Commanders win 27-22.
I love this game.
So Brian Robinson,
he's coming back this week.
Yeah, he didn't play. So Eckler had a heck of a game.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So Eckler had 11 for 42 and 1 touchdown, right?
Yep.
And then receiving wise, 3 for 41. He looked great.
They look great. Everybody on their team looks great. Everybody. I mean, from Zach Ertz, Noah Brown to, everybody's doing. Scary Terry.
That's my boy.
Scary Terry.
Man.
How can you go 2 for 19? Go 2 for 19 and get 2 touchdowns. I mean,
that's Terry. I don't know.
Noah Brown was the guy.
Yeah, he was the guy that game.
He showed up.
Yeah,
he had 60 yards on 5 catches.
Yeah.
It's good. And this is just showing you that Jaden Daniels, he knows how to share the ball. He doesn't have to go with his first read. He goes through his progressions.
His mobility is amazing. He's the lot for the rookie of the year. Now they're 7-2. Their weakness was a secondary, and they just shored that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just shored that up with a walk down the corner.
And the last couple games, they've been showing up without Lattimore.
Yeah.
Like they've been putting some stoppage on these people.
Yeah.
I mean, so look, if they make a run and you make rookie of the year and MVP,
it could be. I mean, your boy would have to back off a little bit.
I know.
Lamar would have to back off a little bit.
But who wouldn't vote for him? He's got to be in the contention, right?
I would vote for him. Go to the Giants side of the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel Jones quietly had a good game, even though they lost. Okay. He had 174 yards, 2 throwing touchdowns. He ran for 54 yards and had another touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's decent for him. He wasn't on his back the whole game, I guess. But
Tyrone Tracy did okay.
He's 66 yards. I thought he would do better, but it looks like Daniel Jones kind of hawked him on some of them runs.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they brought Singletary in for what? I don't know. 7 attempts for 33 yards.
It's nothing. I mean, statistically, it's good, but you see what's going to happen. The Giants they're fighting. They're in better shape than I thought they would be going in the season with Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
I don't. At a certain point, though, Daniel Jones has been in the league since 2018. It's his 6th year, going on the 7th next year.
And he ain't becoming.
He's a career backup.
Yeah, it's the writing's on the wall. I was always rooting for him. I always thought he was good, scrambling the ball and all that. But Brian Daboll has turned this offense to him to succeed, and this is the best he's done. So they're gonna have to move on from him.
So against a statistically bad defense in the Commanders' defense, Malik Neighbors only had 59 yards.
Yeah.
He's their weapon, and he only had 59 yards.
Well, they don't use them.
That you have to throw to your weapon.
You got to throw to. He had 9 targets.
Yeah.
And only 59 yards.
Yeah.
There was a couple of targets where he got that you could tell like he made some plays just to get the ball. And he has that capability. A lot of players don't have them, and he just didn't do it.
Don't make the mistake of in these bye weeks picking back Wan'Dale Robinson back up. He's not a play.
It's done fell
anymore.
off. Yeah,
he's not a play.
But here's
anymore.
the thing: they were doing better when they threw it to him too.
Yeah, so Slayton is the guy now.
But why stop something? Why try to fix something that ain't broke?
I don't know. That's what the Giants do.
That's crazy.
That's what the Giants do.
That's crazy.
yeah. You already have Tyrone Tate, Tracy. You have Malik Neighbors, and besides that,
That's all you
I
got.
don't touch anything else
Nothing
now
else.
going forward.
Nope. All right. So Chargers Browns.
Ooh.
Listen, so
J.K. Dobbins had a game.
Damn, did he?
not only that, but we need to talk about what's going on now. Like the first month, Justin Herbert didn't throw the ball. I think he had one game where he threw over 180 yards.
Yeah, they
That's it.
ran J.K.
And they opened it up. You saw Quentin Johnson his first 100-yard game last week, and if you're looking for a quarterback and you want to go forward, and you see Quentin Johnson got a 100-yard game, you see Lad McConkey's getting more involved. Look, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. 250. He's averaging. He went from 180 yards that first month to averaging 215.6 yards per game. Excuse me. He's coming off his second multi-touchdown game, and he's averaging 303 yards. They've opened it up.
Yeah,
they've opened it up.
That's what they needed anyway.
And
the receiving share is pretty even between Quentin Johnson and Lad McConkey.
Yeah,
Quentin Johnson just had 118 yards. I mean,
yeah. And listen, just keep this in mind. So they've opened it up, and he's going forward. Listen to what they got coming up. Okay, you got Cincinnati, easy defense. Baltimore, you can pass all over,
throw on 'em.
And then Tampa Bay. You have Tampa Bay, which can be passed. They've got an easy schedule going forward. So if you got a C.J. Stroud, or you drafted a C.J. Stroud, or you drafted a
Dak Prescott,
Anthony Richardson, a lot of people made that mistake. You should go out there and be looking for Herbert. You should be looking for Stafford, Rodgers, because these traditional pocket passers all of a sudden are putting up big numbers. They're averaging 18 to 22 points a game, and if you get that out of your quarter, that's 20 points, right?
Yeah. Right.
And you can't ask for nothing more than that.
I wouldn't have a problem going with Herbert forward.
No,
not with all the bye weeks we got,
and not with that schedule
gotta
coming
have
up
the
and what
backup.
he's been doing recently.
Yep.
That's it.
So he's sharing the ball pretty good too.
Yeah, and J.K., we still don't see anything from Vidal, so just got
Tommy
Dobbins.
Duvall, he's just kind of hit and miss. They throw him in there and give him a break.
The dude's good, man.
He's good.
They're just going to run J.K. until they can't no more.
That's it.
And if you got him, good job. That's a league winner right there.
Now let's talk about famous Jameis.
He went back to the
He had
old
a bad
Jameis.
day.
We talked about it. He tries to fit the ball into a hole smaller than the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. Three interceptions, 1 touchdown, and 235 yards.
Yeah, he's got a bye week this week.
He threw 46 passes and only completed half of them.
They can't ask him to do that, though. You can't ask James Winston to throw 46. You have Nick Chubb.
15 carries for 39 yards.
You're struggling. I know it's not working, but Nick Chubb can break one off.
Yes.
You're not going to win a game if you're the Cleveland Browns throwing 46 times.
Nope.
We're not with James Winston. That's you know the chances he takes.
Oh man.
He started panicking because Jameis is a pocket quarterback. He ran the ball 5 times.
Yeah,
that's not his game at all.
That's not his game.
And then when he runs, he looks like a baby deer.
my
going down the field.
learning how to walk.
Yeah.
Cedric Tillman's definitely a pickup going forward. I mean, he's 6 receptions, 75 yards, 1 touchdown.
That's all they have, it seems like.
Man.
Him, because Elijah Moore doesn't look like it's a thing.
No, Jerry Jeudy is a thing though.
Yeah.
He's a possession receiver.
Yeah, and that I thought look, they spent a draft pick. Elijah Moore was a good draft pick, and they ended up trading for him. And Jerry Jeudy coming out of Alabama should have been something. At least we got a quarterback that can get him the ball. They're coming off. This is going to be a bye week, and I think
maybe they work a little bit out, all the kinks out before next week.
Yeah, after this bye week, I think Winston's numbers are going to get better, and I think they're going to start running the ball again.
Yeah,
I think Nick Chubb, it gives Nick Chubb a chance to trust his legs more.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Don't shy away from Chubb because of this one game.
No, don't do that.
Cowboys Falcons. This game, it looks close, 21-27, but it was not close.
No.
The best.
Kirk Cousins is doing Kirk Cousins stuff.
Yeah, and Drake London went out hurt. That hurt a lot of people. But he had a touchdown.
Yeah, hurt me.
So Kirk Cousins is 19 completed pass for 24 attempts with 222 yards and 3 touchdowns.
This was an infirmary game.
Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb had an AC sprain.
Dak
Prescott went out with that.
hamstring.
That's why they went and got Mingo, like you said.
Yeah, Jonathan Mingo.
But they got a player on the team that's better than Mingo.
Tolbert?
Jaden Tolbert.
Yeah,
He's better than Mingo.
He's a second year. Jonathan Mingo was he had so much talent coming out, and it was never able to be addressed or shown. His rookie year, he had highlights, but he never had a quarterback.
Always had a terrible quarterback.
Yeah. And I thought maybe we might get to see something. You got Cooper Rush coming in now, and
I think he does. I think he's going to make Dak question if they want to keep him.
I think they paid him, unfortunately, because he does not look good this year.
No.
And
I don't know what happened to that boy. He's been the consistent, steady for years.
At some point, man, even the best guy is going to lose a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened.
I think so.
I think CD has lost faith.
Did y'all see what was mouthed?
We blank suck.
Yeah, on the side. I mean,
but guess who's the one with the ball every down?
That's you. That's you. Yeah, that's you. And I know, look, it's not all him because that offensive line is 3 rookies.
Mm-hmm.
But
Jerry Jones is the reason why this team is so terrible.
Yeah.
But you're also saying 3 rookies that come out of college playing ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's not their first time playing football.
Let's go.
Can we just bring something up real quick? I mean, since we're just highlighting stuff, we're going to go Friday morning. We're going to more in depth into our stardom sit-em, upcoming games, statistically deep diving into other stuff. But they gave up on Tony Pollard having a great year.
Yep.
They gave up. They had a chance to go get
Derrick
Henry, right?
Man, that was a mistake.
He's having the best year of his career.
Right.
You know,
best choices for Derrick, terrible choices for Cowboys.
They couldn't say they didn't want him because of his age because they went and got Ezekiel Elliott.
And he was a healthy scratch.
Right.
You're the worst running team in the NFL. You went and got Zeke, and he's a healthy scratch. He's not even good enough to get on the field.
Right.
Hey, check this out. Late last week, earlier this weekend, they had an offer for Chubb, and they didn't take it. Or didn't even negotiate it.
I just don't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what is your problem?
I guess they're thinking Rico Dowdle 75 yards on 12 carries is good. I mean, he was a kind of a glimmer of hope.
It was working.
And then they went away from it.
And they got away from it.
You have to look at these running backs, right? So they're either a dominant running back, like Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a guy. Like, he is the guy. That is a bell cow superstar running back. Chubb is a superstar running back. He's still got some age on him, but he can put in that work. Dowdle hasn't stepped up and shown any of that.
Right.
He's just an average Joe.
He is
out there.
He's a spot play in fantasy football. He's a spot play.
Yeah. So why the Cowboys aren't making decisions to fill the gaps with players that they could have done? Again, going back to Derrick Henry, that was the dumbest decision you could have ever made. Who cares?
With Cooper Rush, if he goes forward for who knows how long, Cooper Rush. Yeah. Jake Ferguson is absolutely a play for me.
Without a doubt.
CeeDee Lamb is supposed to play with that AC. I don't know how.
That's probably going to be a sit out, or he's going to nurse it throughout the game.
Yeah,
they got so much stuff they got to build
work
for.
Through and everything.
It's just a hot pile of garbage.
I mean, it's just not even that. It's the offense. They let their offensive coordinators go, and they've gone other places and they've succeeded. And it's just bad personnel move after bad personnel move, and it's showing itself.
Everybody went to Jones.
And Jerry Jones won't get out of the way, man.
Jerry Jones,
and they talked about getting rid of their head coach, and Jones was like, "Nope, I'm riding with him."
Mike McCarthy. The Saints will take you. We'll take you. I'll take you, Mike McCarthy.
Absolutely.
New Orleans will take you. I think you're an offensive genius myself. I just will. Personnel moves will help you out.
And you ain't got to worry about the owner being in your way.
Yeah, exactly.
So go to the Falcons side. Kirk Cousins, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked fantastic.
Just efficient. Just did what he was supposed to. This was one of those games where he was a game manager, and he did what he was supposed to do, and they handled business.
I told everybody on the last podcast that Algier would hawk that touchdown, and he did.
He sure did.
Yeah, and
John Robinson run 19 carries for 86 yards and no touchdowns.
Darnell Mooney, because of London's injury, is a must start going forward.
Yep.
And I mean, I would probably play him in my flex going forward with London in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've played him. I got him in a couple leagues, and I play him constantly, and he does well.
I say the same thing about Algier. Tyler Algier this week? So the Falcons are playing the Saints, and I'll tell you what, I'd play them both. I'd play them both this week.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
they didn't do nothing last time.
He scored. He hawked that touchdown.
Yep.
He's going against the Saints, and I think it's a strong flex play.
Gets an average of five touches a game.
Yeah, we're going to talk more. We're going to go more in depth in this, but I mean, he's out there in a lot of waiver wire, and the waiver wires
are thin.
So if Algier's sitting there on the waiver wire, and you go get him
with all these bye weeks coming up, you gotta have him.
Yep,
you gotta have him.
I agree.
Broncos Ravens,
man, the Ravens just handle business. So I have to say something here. We're going to talk about this as we go on. I have noticed I kind of was jumping on the Caleb Williams bandwagon earlier in this year. I liked what I saw. And look, they had Washington. They had that Washington game won until the ridiculous Hail Mary.
Right.
Yep. And if they win that game, we're probably not having this conversation. But Caleb Williams his ankle it's twisted. It's kind of he's injured.
He doesn't have any time to throw the ball.
No,
none.
But those weapons,
not using them,
and he cannot get them the ball. And I'm going to say this: I was at walk-ons. I'm watching all the games, and the Baltimore's just blowing them out. And I'm watching Lamar Jackson because he's my favorite player. But every time the Broncos got the ball, and Bo Nix made some mistakes. Bo Nix makes things happen.
He does.
With his legs.
And he threw for 223 yards.
Listen.
It doesn't look like it. The game didn't look like it.
It don't look like it. But there were times when I'm like, and he didn't have a Rome Odunze. He doesn't have a DJ Moore. He doesn't have.
Nope.
He doesn't have none of these weapons.
He's got Cortland Sutton.
He has Cortland Sutton.
And Franklin's just an average guy.
Troy Franklin is a draft pick, a small receiver.
They're trying to make him into something.
Yeah.
But so with the bye weeks again, Cortland Sutton had 122 yards and he threw for a touchdown. So to our boy, to Bo Nix. To Bo Nix.
What a great play.
So I like Cortland Sutton going forward during the bye weeks.
Yeah.
He's always being targeted. So,
but the more I watch the Bears and the more I watch
the Broncos,
just not more Bo Nix, because you're going to compare them. I'm comparing them anyway. I'm watching them
Bo Nix has turned into the better quarterback.
Bo Nix, not only that, Drake May is too. Like statistically, let's just talk about this for a second. Okay, look, Drake May did not have a good game, right?
No.
Right. So he had 2 interceptions and he had a fumble, right? All that. He finished the day with 17 fantasy points still because he rushed 8 times for 95 yards. He threw 206 passing yards, 3 turnovers, and he still got him into overtime.
Yeah.
You got Drake May fighting. You got Bo Nix fighting.
Yep.
And you got Caleb Williams and Chicago making excuses for him.
Yeah.
And it's give me Drake May. Give me Mo Nix. And maybe not fantasy, but as going forward, they got moxie.
Outside of Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix will probably be the best. If they would have started Drake May at the beginning of the season, he would be number 2.
I guarantee you Chicago's we made the wrong choice.
They did.
Yeah. Eberflusen is going to lose his job because they're losing. The team is losing.
They built the team that they should have, and it ain't working.
It ain't because their offensive line is terrible. They didn't put any money into it.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, 106 yards on 23 carries, man. This dude is still carrying the ball.
He's having the best year of his career, statistically.
2 touchdowns. Lamar, 280 for 3 touchdowns. Zay Flowers, man. I told you I probably wouldn't have played him this week.
What do you got? You 39 points?
Man, he got 127 yards and 2 touchdowns.
39 points.
Yep.
I looked because we played each other this week. You smoked me,
and I had to play him.
And he got you almost 40 points, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was look, that was a beast game for Baltimore.
But if you look on here and you see all the receivers who caught a ball, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
Yeah.
8.
Ball
this dude's spreading the ball around, man.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Best player in the NFL.
Yeah, let's get off of him then for a minute. He's gonna go on a rant. Eagles, Jaguars.
Man, I absolutely loved.
I've told you, Saquon is a beast, man. He is my favorite player.
So if you haven't watched it, you go out there on TikTok, you go out there on YouTube. Saquon Barkley did a move that nobody in the NFL has ever done before.
360.
And it didn't even look, it looked effortless.
Easy.
It looked like it was,
he did a spin move around a defender and then hurdled one backwards.
How does a 226-pound man, like
with legs like this,
just make it look so easy?
Did you see? He looked like a gymnast,
like a ballerina.
Yeah, I
thought I was watching Swan Lake out there.
Man, I couldn't stop watching it. 2, I couldn't stop watching the videos with everybody else's out, like Jalen Hurts'
everybody's expressions
like,
on the sidelines.
So yeah, Saquon's an animal, man.
So one of the guys came up to Hurts while they're on the field. He said, "You know what? You're special, but that boy's special too."
Yeah.
But Saquon seemed to have maybe tweaked his hamstring or something doing it.
It wasn't only him, AJ Brown. AJ Brown's probably going to miss 2 or 3 games, it looks like, too.
Right now, he's they got him listed as coming ahead.
Yeah, Saquon, of course, he's a must start every week. Jalen Hurts is my dynasty quarterback, and I'm so glad he is.
It's not even that. Devontae Smith had a great touchdown catch that game, man.
And he only had 4 receptions.
Yeah, but when he got that, and that was awesome. That was beautiful.
AJ Brown, I don't know how long he'll be out, man, but that.
Right now, so he started the week off in a bad position not to play the weekend. Yeah. But as of this morning, they're talking about him maybe making it this weekend.
Wow, I thought for sure. Yeah, I thought at least 2 games. I hope he's back.
His status has been going back and forth for the week. Good. And we're on Wednesday, so they got a couple days.
If he doesn't play and you need to play somebody, Calcaterra had 5 catches for 30 yards. I don't know if I necessarily play him.
I wouldn't play anybody on this team if you didn't already have like Devonta Smith or something.
Let's talk about some Jaguars.
Man.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence had 169 yards and 2 interceptions.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't know.
Didn't they pay that boy like $200?
He's like the second highest, man. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
And he looks like a French Barbie doll out there playing.
And you got talent. You got Evan Ingram. His talent's a tight end. You got Brian Thomas Jr. It's a great up and coming wide receiver. I know Christian Kirk's out for the year, but you didn't use him anyway.
And the Eagles dared him to beat them.
Yeah,
they stacked the box. They were not letting Bigsby run at all.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You say, "Hey, we're going to take one of your best players."
They found their weakness, and they said, "You know what? That boy can't throw, so we stop in the run game."
So you throwing the ball 2 times to Brian Thomas Jr., you are not going to win.
No,
that's it.
You're not going to win.
Why you have a playmaker like that out on the field and you don't get him the ball?
I don't.
There's no answer.
I can't. That Jacksonville's gonna. They got to start over.
If you took as bad as Dak Prescott is doing in Dallas, if you took him and put him on Jacksonville,
he'd do better.
He would do a lot better than he's doing right now because they have a running game in Jacksonville.
Yeah. And that would give him some pressure and release that pressure off in the backfield.
Sunshine is not it. I don't see it from Trevor Lawrence. I don't see it.
No, I didn't see him before.
No,
I have yet to see him.
Remember, they fired a whole coach because they said it wasn't Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Next game,
he must have somebody's number somewhere.
Lions, Packers. Lions win.
Man.
So it was raining sideways, and the Packers are supposed to be able to play in that. They could not.
It's one of the few games Detroit plays outside this year, and they won.
And the coach was talking about it. He said, "We ain't afraid of the weather."
Yeah.
So Jared Goff, 145 yards and 1 touchdown. He didn't have to throw the
He
ball.
didn't have to that. Wait, hey, you don't want to have to throw the ball in those conditions. That's
But
hey,
that team, man.
Montgomery only had 73 yards, but he looked unstoppable out there. Jameer Gibbs had the touchdown. Let's see.
The defense showed up. The defense showed up, man.
yeah, Aaron
The
Quinn.
lines were killing it this year.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, man, 7 receptions, 56 yards and a touchdown in a driving rainstorm. He looked good.
He's great. He's great. He's great. Yeah, I mean, that team is great. There's nothing. They got the best offensive line.
and
If
he
you ask me.
celebrated
They
that touchdown.
They need to
with
throw
a
that ball to
headstand.
Laporta a lot more than
Yeah.
they do. But other than that, they looked great.
Well,
Tim
goes
Patrick.
Back, it goes back to what y'all were saying earlier in the year. You know, that team's got a lot of mouths to feed, and I guess they letting Laporta starve.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, especially in those conditions too. You're not, you're going to play kind of conservative.
Yeah, you're going to run the ball nonstop. So let's go to the Packers side. Jordan Love, 273 yards and an interception. And it was a bad interception.
It was ugly.
Josh Jacobs, 13 carries for 95 yards. He's my running back. And of course, next week they're on a bye.
Yeah.
So
Reed got 5 receptions for 113 yards.
He's so good.
He's their playmaker.
He's their guy.
Yeah.
Watson, they need to get him the ball more often.
I thought it would be Dobbs because of the weather,
Right.
but he didn't do it.
No, it just isn't. That Dontavius Wicks, they sat him that one game, and that's been non-existent.
Yeah, he didn't catch nothing.
They're done with him. I think when he had that attitude.
Bo Melton caught more balls than Wicks.
Tucker Kraft is a thing, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
So the one league I do have Laporta in, I picked Kraft up, and I've left Kraft in.
yeah. Why would you take him out?
You know,
So I'm playing Matthew Stafford going forward over Jordan Love.
I believe.
Yeah, I would
I can see
too.
that.
With the points he's putting up,
Yeah.
and you got all those receivers, and look, he's even whenever Puka went out because of that punch was weak. You can't. I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But even look, if one of two, Demarcus Robinson is getting
He's
the
doing
ball.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won that game one-handed.
So let's go to Buccaneers Chiefs. Your guy.
Man, Mayfield.
If he would have had his weapons, they'd have pulled that off.
Man.
They'd have pulled that off.
So surprise every week with Baker Mayfield as a surprise because he came in the season as the underdog, right, and then he went out there and showed off, and then they take away both of their best receivers, and he's still making things happen.
I get so tired of watching these referees do this every week.
Oh, give it to Pat
Because in overtime, y'all can watch it on YouTube or wherever you want to watch it. In overtime, when they threw the touchdown, the right guard is obviously moving.
He's supposed to line up on the belt at the center.
And
he's
jumps back.
way in the back.
And he jumps back.
It's obvious.
And so the defense didn't go full speed at Mahomes. They thought they were going to throw the flag.
Yep.
And there you go.
Listen, this game did show us something. Like, while his weapons are out and then Godwin's out for the year, if you are going on the waiver wire and you need, let's say, Jaden Reed or something like that,
baby.
That's Sterling Shepard too.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard had big play
Going
after
forward,
big
Sterling
play.
Shepard's going to play. Even when Evans comes back, Sterling Shepard's going to be there.
Yeah, because
he's going to take the spot of Chris Godwin.
Godwin. Yeah, so that's definitely something. Did y'all see? I mean, that was him making big play. Whenever they went on that game, that time,
that was him.
that was
all them outs. And they were perfect.
And they played together in college.
Yep.
Baker and Sterling. So they got that together, and it's more than apparent. And if you got D Hop is relevant again.
Told y'all don't play none of these Buccaneers running backs. I told you.
Well, that Kansas City defense. If I'm going against Kansas City defense, rushing the ball,
right?
I don't know if I even.
But man, Kareem Hunt, cool.
Yeah. So Baker Mayfield, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. if he just had his weapons.
He has made Cade Otton a number 5 tight end.
Yeah.
Eight receptions, 77 yards, and 1 touchdown for
several weeks in a row.
I don't know if he's on anybody's waiver wire, but if he keeps playing like this, you don't have to put him in a tight end spot. You can put him in a flex.
Yep.
Yeah, I promise you, he's picked up in every week. But
yeah. If you got a running back or wide receiver, you can flex and you put Cade Otton in your tight end. Great. If you ain't got something, he is definitely a flex with an easy tight end.
Let's go to the Chiefs side of the ball. Mahomes, 291 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to D-Hop.
He made him relevant again.
And Kareem Hunt, 106 yards and a touchdown. Kareem Hunt looked great. He looked great. I mean, even when Pacheco comes back, he's earned his 50-50 share at least.
That's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
It really is. It's going to be, what do y'all do with that? I'm going to tell you who becomes irrelevant. Steele.
Yeah, P. Ryan, Steele.
That's done.
I mean, they were getting a little bit of their touches. I think that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Worthy had negative points.
Yeah, that's...
I think he's a gimmick player that
he's
they
a boomer
started
bust.
off.
He's a boomer bust, and he's too much bust for Boom. I don't even touch him.
Kelsey, 100 yards.
14 receptions.
Yep.
That's all day.
That's really all to speak of. Justin Watson caught a couple of balls. Next, you guys want to speak anything else about that game?
I still just got to give it to Baker. Like, he's a different quarterback. He is. Like
he's doing great.
He's what they hoped he'd come out of college looking like.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got they obviously worked the system last year, and they've done nothing but kept it going, even with Canales leaving, and this system is built for Baker. And
it's like they told him, play loose. Just play your game, man.
Do your game.
Well, if you go back to when he was on the Browns, the first couple of years, like he was doing what he's doing now. Like he was trying every down to dominate, and he couldn't do it. It couldn't. Right. It just nothing gelled.
The team wasn't ready.
It wasn't there. And then as he got traded around, you could see the defeat. When he got that one game with the Rams where he was the backup and he we were like, there's that guy again. There he is, yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's back to that guy who looks like he came out of college. He has the fight in him.
And everybody believes in him.
Yeah.
They should.
That's what happened. I don't know what it is.
And guess who could have had him?
Yeah.
The Saints.
That's what happens when these backups go to the Rams. They go to another team and they're converted. Yep. I mean, look at Sam Darnold.
Yep.
Look at Baker. Like that. Whatever Sean McVay is feeding them over there, dude, eat it. Every quarterback go over there and eat some of that.
Should I save this next game until the last?
It's up to you. Which one you want?
Saints Panthers. Panthers win.
Never mind. Let's start that one. Go to the next game.
It's just a Kamara has a 275, 200. This game script. Saints won the turnover battle. Had over 150 yards more than the Panthers. Alvin Kamara had 200-something yards on the ground.
150
He had 155 yards. He had 155 on the ground, and he had 60 in the air.
Yeah, 60 in the air. And you lose, and that's why the coach is gone. That's why Marshawn Lattimore's gone. That's why maybe Mickey Loomis will be gone at the end of the year.
And they need to sit Derek Carr down before he hurts another player.
That was the worst. And Mike Thomas calling him out.
He is getting on him, boy.
And I don't blame him.
And I don't even like Mike Thomas.
I don't like Mike Thomas either. He's a drama queen. But like you said,
but he was right.
He's right.
This is 5 concussions since Chris Olave's been in the NFL. And let me tell you something. That was bad.
You didn't see the safety zeroing in on him?
Yeah.
How can you not see that?
Hey, don't overthrow him. Don't throw the ball up here.
How about you keep your eye on their best defensive player?
Hit him in the chest. Give him a chance.
He got crushed and he was down, man. I said, that's it. He's done.
So when your quarterback is out there, and to tell if you got a good one, the first read is always the safety. Mm-hmm. If the safety is squared up, it's a cover 2. If he's in a skinny drop, he's looking for cover 4. And like you said,
you can't make the read.
You can read that. It's common sense. Like anybody who knows anything about football, you can read these. You can read defense. If you do movement on the line before and no one goes with that player, you're in zone. And if somebody moves with them, you're in man.
If you look at it,
if you play even if you play a man zone coverage, you got bracket coverage, right?
Yes.
Like, let your receiver find a soft spot in zone.
Yep.
And look, it was a post route. Like, it was a crossing route. Not a post. It was a crossing route, a deep crosser. If that good read, he was open. The ball was 10 yards over his head.
Yep.
You are hanging your receiver out.
Yeah.
If you throw that ball,
Because if
He's
he
still
tries
gotta come down.
if he needs to make that play, he is defenseless.
He caught it right around the chin area on the way down from having to jump.
So that's the gravity coming down and velocity going up, and man, it just
And then he tried to take Juwan Johnson out. Thank goodness Juwan Johnson's a huge dude.
yeah. And it didn't stop there.
No, it did
And
not.
Derek Carr, how do you go get your dude just got annihilated? You got him killed.
And-
How do you go to the huddle? How do you go to the huddle
You
and
need
be
to go
like,
check
trust
on
me?
him.
yeah.
You need to go check on him. It's a timeout. You need to go check on your guy.
They had the ambulance out there. They finally reported he was moving. I was like, is he moving?
Yeah, that was the point. I think he was completely knocked out.
Yeah.
There's to me the choice is very easy right now. You're not gonna. They didn't trade Taysom Hill.
Right.
He needs to play from here going forward.
I don't know why he ain't a quarterback, but if you're not going to play him, like the 4th and 1 call, this is why he lost the job. 4th and 1, you've outrushed him. You have Taysom Hill, you have Alvin Kamara.
Yep.
Let him go get the yard. No, you punted it. This is why you lost your job.
Insane.
This is and Derek Carr, 3rd down and 10. Don't throw a 2-yard pass. Don't check it down to Alvin Kamara.
He did it numerous times.
It doesn't make no sense. You need 10 yards.
You check it down to Kamara for a 3-yard pass.
That makes no.
And 4th and 4, you throw a 30-yard go route when the read was Juwan Johnson. The first read was your tight end over the middle, and you throw a 40-yard go route on a 4th and 4. This guy, I don't know why he's still in the NFL.
I don't know. Second read was Foster Morrow on the other side.
Man, and look, check this out, right? If you're going on 3rd down and 10, and you go for a 3-yard check down, you might as well just ran the ball.
You run the ball.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara is great, but
I mean, that's all you're doing. That's really all you're doing is you give them a head start. And like you're saying, like, why are we not hitting them intermediate passes and them underneath passes to get your first down, and then you make chances on your first?
Spencer Rattler, look, was not good, right?
But he read the field, right?
He did read the defense.
He scrambled.
Yep.
He just didn't have enough time. He couldn't process it, but he knew where he was looking.
Hey, 3rd down and 10. Give me somebody who might scramble for a first down before you give me somebody who's going to throw check downs.
Yep.
If you continue to play Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara will not make it through the season.
No.
Oh, God. Who's going to make it through the season?
So-
Rashid Shaheed's out, right?
He's out.
Olave's out. Don't bring Olave back. Please, God. Don't bring him back.
It's kind of a Tua situation. He's hurt too much. Don't let him come back for a while.
Shepard. He tried to take him out.
Oh, and look,
We mean you were texting at the time.
Yep.
We go, there goes Shepard. He just tried to finish Shepard's career.
Cedric Wilson pulled a hamstring. Kendre Miller is on the IR. You got Mason Tipton. And if you're out there and you need a tight end like David Njoku, Brock Bowers is on a bye this week. We're going to go into this. Yep. But Taysom Hill's available in 31% of the leagues. That is all they have.
That's it.
That is all the Saints
I'm going to give you 2 names. These are receivers who played. Matthew Hayball,
bro, the punter.
Ain't that great?
He caught a pass for 11 yards, and Jermaine Jackson negative yards. They have nothing. So what you do when you have nothing is you just run the season out.
That's it,
and start over again.
And what you've done now is you've given.
Yeah, and look, they let the trade deadline cross, so now they have no option to pull in.
They can't. It's going to be a $51 million hit, regardless if you keep Derek Carr or not.
I think with the move they did with Lattimore, I think they were setting it up just because they're starting to plan the breakdown.
Yeah, they're going to have 6 picks in the first 150 picks.
I guarantee you, we're looking at a new quarterback next year.
I don't think so.
That's a
it's
huge
a $50
contract.
million hit.
You would have to find somebody dumb like the Browns to take on that contract.
But they converted it to a signing bonus.
Hey,
even if they do it, they still eat it.
Give them to the Panthers.
Yeah,
give them to the Panthers. They need somebody.
Well, if they converted it to a signing bonus, because I didn't even think about that. No matter what, you can't get rid of it.
You can't get rid of it. It's dead money.
It's a hit.
Take the hit because you're going to lose next year too.
Yeah. And this is one thing. Yep. Kyler Murray's a thing. Mingo left. Why not? You got to throw darts. You're throwing darts. And Xavier Leggett might turn into something.
Okay,
here.
so let's go
that's
there.
true. I saw that.
Yeah.
Bryce Young still nothing. 171 yards, touchdown, interception. Chuba, 72 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Sure, that's what he does. And sooner or later, Jonathan Brooks is going to come back, and they're going to see what they got in the rookie.
Yeah, it's going to be a,
But
it's going to be a
He's
share.
steady, man.
Yeah.
He's steady.
So Leggett, let's go to Leggett. Real quick.
41 target. He's at
33 yards and 1 touchdown in that game.
Yeah, he had that touchdown, but he's starting to go up. So on the lead, 41 targets.
I mean, he's a good stash and sit for right now. I think because you just don't know what this team is going to do. They go up against the wrong team next week or the week after, and you're sitting this dude on the bench.
Well, Thielen came out pretty hot, but he's not done anything recently. And Leggett,
You got to have a quarterback to throw to receivers.
yeah.
Mingo's gone.
But if you're playing, look, I'm just going to give you this. Like, if you're playing DeMario Douglas, right? Like, if you were like taking darts and you were like, I like this New England, and I go get DeMario Davis or I go get Polk. Leggett's numbers are 41
They're
targets,
better.
right?
I would play Leggett
better.
over both
Yeah,
of those.
they're better.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's on.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're reaching for Leggett or those players, you're not winning your league this year.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
You're not winning.
No.
You're not winning your league this year.
As far as going forward with Chuba, you got to keep your eye on it.
You got to be careful when to put him in that week or not. If he ends up splitting that ride, then
I don't think he's coming back. I don't think Brooks is coming to the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
So you still got a couple weeks to ride him.
Yeah,
out.
just have to keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
Let's see who we got next. Dolphins, Bills.
Oh man, this was a chain had a good game. The Dolphins look like they were competitive. It made it close. Josh Allen should have had a better game than he did. He rushed for the 1 touchdown. It was 28 yards out, and he rushed for that touchdown. They got brought back on a holding call that I thought was weak. I mean,
he still threw 3 touchdowns, one interception. Cook did nothing.
Yeah,
but he didn't have to. You know what? Look,
but I need him to.
I know. But so whenever James Cook missed that game, Ray Davis had 109. He had that 152 yard game, right? And that was on Monday night against the Jets. Sunday, he had 6 touches for 90 yards. You can't. Sooner or later, their guy I love James Cook. He's so dynamic. Yeah. But if Ray Davis is taking 6 touches for 90, that one, he broke it for a 60-yard run.
2 receptions, 70 yards, and 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown. You can't ignore that.
No, you can't.
Sooner or later, you guys can get involved. And listen, if Ray Davis is out there and you need to stash him if he's out there, go get him. Because, look, 152 yards he put on the Jets. That wasn't a fluke, especially after these.
Nope.
And you're going to see good players get the ball, and he's going to start getting into these carries, especially later on in the season.
I mean, if you need somebody for the bye week,
yep.
He get you a touchdown and 90 yards. I mean, who cares?
I love James Cook, but I just don't know if he's built for this long season.
Give him 15 touches a game, okay? And give the other one. I mean, and the Bills are putting up 30 points a game. So Ray Davis is going to get his. I like it. You know what I'm saying?
I like it too.
Dolphins-wise, Achane and Mostert can be played together.
Yeah.
Just like David Montgomery and Gibbs, just like Algier and Bijan Robinson.
That was kind of I was a little surprised that they didn't move Mostert at the trade deadline. Because they drafted Jalen Wright. They obviously liked him because he got in the 3rd round. And Mostert, I was like, well, he's 31. I know he's good, but I thought there could have been a team out there that would have made a move for him, going in the playoffs or something, that might have wanted that touchdown, short yardage back or a touchdown seeking back, and that kind of surprised me because I thought they were going to make that move.
Man. Yeah, but maybe Miami just didn't want it like that.
Yeah, Miami runs the ball more than I think anybody.
They've got what they want.
Yeah.
Waddle had a weird stat line: 2 receptions, -4 yards, and a touchdown.
And a touchdown.
So what do you get? 6.5 points.
Yeah.
So these guys, Tua Tua's still good, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can. I wouldn't fire him up as much as I would. You know, there's other players out there I would play.
I just don't like because of the amount they run the ball. But I mean, you're playing Tyreek Hill all. You're playing Tyreek.
On top of that, though, I mean, there any chance out there Tua goes down, it's over.
Yeah. But Achane and Mostert, absolute.
Got to.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Patriots Titans, the most boring game, but it had pretty good score.
Well,
17-20,
and they went into overtime, and
Mason Rudolph threw 33 passes and got completed 20, 240 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I mean, he did better than Will Levis would have.
So since the trade, Nicky Kine has scored 4 touchdowns in 4 weeks. Nick Westbrook Kine.
Wow.
And it's not exactly been talked about.
No, I haven't even heard nothing about it.
But
I mean, they're getting pretty much the same share of the ball between Ridley and Ikine.
yeah, exactly.
Ridley went for 5 receptions, 73 yards.
Nobody's talking about this guy. Mm-hmm. And all he does is score touchdowns.
I don't know, man.
And he's sitting out there. He's just sitting out there, just soaking up, just wanting somebody to come get him.
Definitely on like a standard league.
If Mason Rudolph's the quarterback, he's a play. If you're desperate,
Look at your defense. I say look who they're playing, but yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, I thought because Calvin Ridley come out and he had 15 targets, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about that as soon as the DeAndre Hopkins went through, like 15 targets, most targeted wide receiver, but
that went down.
Nick Westbrook, he kind of scoring the touchdowns.
Yep.
So
Pollard's still a must play for me.
And you got to play Pollard. I mean, why not?
Run him 30 times a game.
Yep.
30 times a game.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph's doing far better than
Will
Levis ever did.
Oh yeah. So let's go to Drake May because I like Drake May. But he threw 2 interceptions.
I think he's trying.
And he had a fumble.
I think he's coming back from that concussion. And he's trying to get his footing back.
He still. What did he rush for 90 yards? Still at 17 fantasy points.
Yeah.
And he drove him down to put him in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like Drake May's moxie.
I didn't play Ramondre because I didn't think this was the game for it.
No.
But
Tennessee has a good defense.
He didn't really have the yardage. He just had the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But you know who I put in when I took him out? Olave.
Oh man.
Yeah. Worked out real good for me.
Yeah.
Worked out real good. All right.
Keep up the good work.
Raiders Bengals. Bengals win big.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
so I had a couple bets on some touchdown scores, and Jamar Chase wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
Man, what happened? Because everybody got fed on the Bengals team.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to be.
Gesicki got some. Chase Brown got some.
Gesicki is such a hit or miss, man.
Well, now I'm telling you, I think going forward, you got to go get him
Because T. Higgins ain't going to.
Not only that, Eric All, the rookie that they was getting that target share as well, he tore his ACL. He's out for the year.
So Gesicki's play.
I think Gesicki's a play, especially this weekend if you got Bowers.
They're definitely getting more involved.
Yeah.
No matter what. And
you got Bowers, you got Njoku, you got a couple tight ends out there this week that are on buys. And
Kraft, yeah.
About 4 to 5 years ago, Gesicki was on Miami. And he was
relevant.
He's pretty relevant.
Yeah, he was relevant. And it's with Eric All out, the rookie, out for the year, and you don't know what you're going to get out of T. Higgins. Just like he's become a target. Mm-hmm. And this is something to look after too. If you're so we talked about a little bit of Chicago. They have DeAndre Swift and they have Rashawn Johnson. They traded Khalil Herbert.
Yes, they did.
To the Bengals.
Yep.
And this going forward,
Zach Moss he might be done, man. That neck injury was pretty substantial.
He's done for the year.
I think he might be done.
Yeah.
So you got to believe that Khalil Herbert's going to get more opportunities with Joe Burrow than he ever got over there with Chicago.
Right.
So this is a stash play. As a matter of fact, I went looking on the waiver wire like I want him. Third down back with Joe Burrow in that offense. Yeah, I'm gonna go get him. And
speed and he has some speed and he has power too.
Yep. And somebody's got.
He was a relevant thing when Montgomery was on that team.
Yeah.
And Montgomery got hurt and was out. He actually did really well.
They were a 2-back system back then. Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow was the number 1 quarterback on the week.
Of the week. Yep.
5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
5 touchdowns. You can't beat that.
Nope.
All right, let's see what we
27
got.
to 39.
The Raiders. Let's see what we got Raiders wise.
Jacoby Myers got 8 receptions for 105 yards.
Looked good, didn't he?
Yeah.
Surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, if when these big bye weeks come, I don't mind picking up Jacoby Myers.
He was projected only 10 fantasy points too going
it's
in.
like 2 or 3 weeks in a row that he's done.
Yeah.
He's undervalued.
Yeah, he's undervalued.
He's definitely a flex play if you have to have something.
Yeah, I like it.
Zamir White hawked the touchdown.
What is going on?
Yeah, Addison is just not doing it. White's not doing it. It's kind of almost the Cowboys situation. Their running backs are just not putting in the work.
No, it's not.
But they have more talent at running back than the Cowboys.
That's true.
And they're just not doing it.
They're just not doing it.
No. I don't have a quarterback.
Brock Bowers, you
they
can't
split.
not like Brock Bowers.
No.
I think it's Desmond Ritter's job going forward, though.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gets him another shot.
But, dude, please do not pick him up.
No.
Bears, Cards. Cardinals win big, and,
Man.
Yeah, this is the game we're talking about with Caleb. It's just it looks like the Bears are losing faith in Caleb Williams, or at least the coaching staff or something in this game. The thing that I come out of this game is that James Conner's always
consistent.
He is, but he's going to miss.
He's almost always ready for a touchdown too. Yeah, he's going to miss
some games, and he's going to be injured, and he come out twice hurt. And finally, right? Like, Trey Benson comes in, 9 touches, 55 yards. He got his touchdown. And I'm not saying play him. I'm not saying he's going to be a big thing or anything like that.
He just has value.
James Conner is always going to miss 1 or 2 games. They showed, okay, Trey Benson, we got a little faith in him. 9 for 55, man. That's over 5.5 yards a rush. He got the touchdown. So that's like, if I have James Conner, and you play James Conner all year because he's been so consistent, right? Like, if he goes down, this is a great handcuff going forward.
But DeMarcado had 59 yards on 4 carries.
I know.
And a touchdown.
But I just think because of the Trey Benson size is what they would
Trey Benson would hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is why I'm looking at that. Like, I think that's, why not? If you got James Conner, why not go get that handcuff?
Why not?
Yeah,
my number 1 receiver for 1 league, Marvin Harris Jr. did nothing again.
Nothing. Yeah. So inconsistent.
Man, I can't stand it.
I thought he was going to be the truth, and he's so inconsistent. Get him the ball.
I don't think he's the problem.
No, he's not the problem.
No. Roma Doomsday, he got 5 receptions, 104 yards.
Yeah.
So he got you something. That team over there is just
I needed DJ Moore.
Yeah. Caleb Williams has got an ankle sprain that's they say kind of affecting him, but they got ball. This was a surprise win by the Cardinals. The Cardinals weren't supposed to win this game.
They weren't supposed to win this game.
And then they get in there.
I actually said Caleb Williams will show up in this game.
I remember that.
And he'll have a resurgence, and he did not.
Yeah.
And it's 100% because of that offensive line and his bad decision making.
Well,
I don't know who his.
This was his opportunity, and he didn't do it.
He looked lost back there, man.
That's what I thought.
He looked like he was panicking.
It looked like, and like as the game went on, it looked like the coaching staff, the team for sure, like were losing like faith in him. They didn't trust him.
Yeah.
Like it was, like you're just watching the game, their body language.
It's like they're going, go ahead.
Yeah. You can watch the body language.
I wonder if they wish they had Justin Fields back.
I wouldn't have traded Justin Fields.
I don't either. I don't know why he did.
Yeah, I know Caleb Williams coming out was supposed to be the next great thing, but this team could have invested a couple picks on that offensive line, and they would have.
Game, guys. I mean, second to last.
Games, yeah.
Rams, Seahawks. Matt Stafford looks like.
Oh man, it looks
like old Matt Stafford.
When he has his weapons, he's amazing, isn't he?
I mean, it was 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. But just him being out there, man, he is like the general of the field.
Puka. What they could have done if Puka didn't throw that punch. I thought the punch was rather weak, but
are they gonna suspend him?
I think he's coming back next game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just a one-time deal.
But you got Puka, you got Cooper Kupp, and
this game would not look like this if Puka had played the whole game.
Yeah, and DeMarcus Robinson. When these guys are 18 points, 2 out of 3 games, 18 fantasy points.
Yeah, this dude.
That one-handed in overtime to win the game.
Yeah.
That was amazing, man.
He was covered.
Yeah.
He was covered on it.
Very rarely do you say that a third receiver should be flexed.
Hey, Hey, look, he had 2 touchdowns last week. He has 2 touchdowns this week. Play him. Play Cooper Kupp. Play Puka Nacua. Play Marcus Robinson.
If you had Matt Stafford and you had Puka, Kupp, and DeMarcus Robinson, this would be a different game because you're not covering all of them.
No.
That's what I said. I said, like, all of a sudden, like, whenever they're back, like, you have Kyler, you have Kylan Williams, right? Kyron Williams. He's a threat. You have Kyron Williams. You got Puka Nacua on one side. You got Cooper on the other side. Like, somebody's going free.
Yeah.
Somebody is going DeMarcus Robinson.
I'm a firm believer if Matt Stafford had all his weapons this whole season, there would be 2 7-0 teams. Well,
at least 7-1.
8-0, whatever.
I mean, the dude got 9 targets. He got 9 targets in that game. Like, he's just getting targets. It's amazing, man.
It's a good game to watch, man.
Yeah. It was an off game for Puka, but
and then Gino, he wanted some fight this game.
Yeah,
he's so up and down though. Gino, he's 363 yards.
Yep,
3 touchdowns, but
Jackson Smith and Jigba showed up.
Interceptions.
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba showed up.
We've been calling for him. We've been saying he was going to show up.
I said drop him. Drop him a couple weeks ago.
I mean, he almost had 200 yards, man. 180 yards.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
On 7 receptions.
Does this mean everybody run out and get him on their waiver wire? Heck no.
If DK's playing, right, and it's a bye week anyway, so you surely ain't going to go pick him up this week.
Right.
Yeah.
And Gino, just because he threw that does not mean he's a play for me.
No.
Kenneth Walker stays. He's a must play.
I play him and I don't even think about it.
He's like a stamp player.
Yeah. It's like we were talking about Josh Jacobs earlier. Halftime, I don't even look at the dude.
Yep.
Like, it's just put him in, play.
You know who I'm like that with? James Conner. Up until like just recently, for years I've always been that way with him. I know he's going to get 1 touchdown a game.
And just like
until recently.
That's it.
The last game,
Colts Vikings.
Right.
JJ came out with 7 receptions, 137 yards.
Justin Jefferson is just a dog. He's the best. He's the best wide receiver in the league. That's all there is to it. Nobody's unguardable.
He threw the ball for 22 yards.
Yep. Sam Darnold, 28 and 34, 290 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Caught the touchdown.
Yes, Sam Darnold's he's doing great.
Yep. The just going forward, this is what's happened. So if you watch this. At the trade, Cam Akers got traded from the Texans to the Vikings,
right?
And they got Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is having a good year, but he's older. He's an older back.
They're going to try to save him.
And if you saw the share, Cam Akers went out there, and it was just Cam Akers on the drive.
He looked good.
And it was just him on the drive. They didn't spell it. He didn't go and spell.
He came from a team that had a horrible offensive line, and now he's got a great offensive line, and it showed.
And then on top of that, I don't think he's a workhorse, but with having that opportunity to take big breaks and let Jones do his thing, he's got that play mentality.
You have to go. So if Cam Akers is out there, I think you got to pick him up.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is an older back. If something were to happen,
he's already been hurt once.
Yeah.
He's a good handcuff.
Yeah, and what's his name? Who was back?
Even when he took over Mixon's spot, he didn't do nothing.
That was a horrible offensive line.
Yeah, it's a different situation.
Joe Mixon is a different kind of creature. So you can't even
Cam Akers.
He didn't do nothing.
He stayed hurt.
And we even went after he was hurt. That's why they traded him off and got Kyron Williams to play in, because he just couldn't produce.
Well, they trust him in Minnesota. Okay, there were times he didn't come off the field. They spelled Aaron Jones.
I hope he does good.
I think it's going to be the best he's ever played.
I do too. And
I like watching people succeed because it gives you value out there in the fantasy world, but just don't have no faith right now.
So do you play Jordan Addison going forward in flex?
I have played Jordan Addison in my flex. I can't,
but I don't.
I mean, he's averaging 5 receptions a game.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good,
and he's scoring touchdowns. I can't pull him because of the points he's getting.
It was good to see TJ back though.
Yeah.
He did good, but he didn't do good for fantasy.
No.
But he did do good.
I just like that he's out there.
He gave value to that team.
So
he made some real crucial plays.
That's it for the games that passed.
Yeah, we need to bring up a couple things going forward here.
Let's talk about our Thursday night predictions.
Oh,
When we get a chance, go ahead. Do you think?
So Brandon Ayuk's out for the year, right?
Yeah.
And we got Christian McCaffrey supposed to be playing this week, coming back.
Right.
Yeah, my boy.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you think he's going to he's not coming back? They're not going to give him 20, 25 touches.
No.
So for one more week, I believe Isaac Guerrero is a thing.
Yeah.
If you need him, let's say Josh Jacobs. You got Josh Jacobs or Nick Chubb or somebody, and Guerrero's out there in a lot of waiver wires. He's one of the few waiver wires worth picking up. I don't think Christian McCaffrey's going to get all that. He had 100. Guerrero had 102 yards against Dallas. So
I like Cam Akers more like Guerrero.
Okay, yeah. Well, especially going forward in the league, yeah. But because after this week, that Guerrero thing, I think, is done. I don't think they're going to be using it much going forward.
No.
But I also want to bring up the fact, because Ayuk's hurt, what else we saw before San Francisco went into that bye was Ricky Pearsall with 77 yards.
Yeah, he does.
Good.
Yeah, and so...
He looks like a man that got shot.
So, yeah, and survived.
And
so I know last week you probably didn't go pick him up, any San Francisco players or nothing, because they were on a bye week. But just going forward... I think Ricky Pearsall is someone that you should be targeting.
Absolutely. If you lost Godwin, you should be filling him in with Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, or if you lost Ayuk,
and you're in a PPR league, especially.
Yeah, if you lost Brandon Ayuk, your pickup is right there.
I mean, if you have DJ Moore like I do, and Ricky Pearsall's out there as an option, go Ricky Pearsall.
Go Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, it's just. I trust that offense more, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And then especially with Run CMC coming back. I like that. And I just wanted to bring up that although the waiver wires right now are thin.
They're very thin.
But being smart takes you a long way.
Yeah. Nobody went and probably picked them up because it was a bye week, and now's your chance to go get a couple people that can bring you to the playoffs.
If Taysom Hill's on your waiver wire, you need to get him now and play him against the Falcons this weekend.
Yeah, that's all they got. Ricky Pearsall.
It's almost like he's a must play for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year, that's all they got, and unless Derek Carr gets him killed.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a different guy.
Yeah. Taysom Hill's
the type of dude that would knock the defender out, then jump up.
And the fact that the Saints are not using him like they should is really, really frustrating.
I wish he was a quarterback. That's all. That's all I have to say.
Maybe that's what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody wakes up one morning and says, "You know what?
Let's just put him in.
Let's let that boy throw."
Yeah, I know we're going to take a $50 million cap hit.
Yeah,
let's do it.
But I want to win every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just and also going forward, this happened a lot going in the bye week. I know a lot of people dropped Juwan Jennings for the 49ers whenever that bye week came.
Yeah, you might want to go.
Juwan Jennings is a thing this year.
So give me one guy to target in a trade if you wanted to trade. Somebody going forward. For me, it's Garrett Wilson going forward.
Yeah, if you can
because they have such an easy record. I mean, if you could trade.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon would be a good one.
Or Aaron Jones, or because there's a lot of running back needy teams out there.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, there's so many.
I don't know. It depends on the situation. Like, I'm so running back rich in a couple leagues.
Well, I tell you who'd be a good one. Is your boy, Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
This week he went off. If you had a need and you needed, because he's not going to have that same week going forward. He may do okay,
right?
But right now he's got value. I mean, getting people 40 points a game, or a game in fantasy, you could leverage that.
Nobody would be able to pull him away from me though. They couldn't give me anything.
Oh man.
So I don't know. It depends on your situation. Like if you're running back rich, you could probably. Like you got a good running back. Chuba Hubbard If you got Chuba Hubbard, why is stocks high? Trading.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
like
trade Chuba Hubbard and see if you can get a number 2 wide receiver for him.
Yeah.
Somebody will bite on that trade because I think when Brooks comes, those go away.
Within 2 weeks is within 2 weeks. And you can even put a package deal together and put ETN with somebody.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, or go Bigsby. Bigsby looks like the future. And if you get a chance, because of this Mike Williams trade and because of the way Russell Wilson's playing, I think if you can, you want to go strap some kind of investment to the Steelers. I don't know if you want to go Pickens, Williams, or Austin.
Williams is going to make waves.
Yeah,
Pickens is a guarantee.
43% of leagues still. He was hurt early in the season. Jaylen Warren is out there.
Yeah.
And this is going to become a thing. Jaylen Warren later on in the year, the way he catches the ball out the backfield.
And they're going to start spelling him with Najee.
With Najee, yep. So, and they're winning. They're winning right now. So, keep that in mind. Just somebody out there to pick up and someone to keep your eye out on.
Okay.
I
think that's it, guys.
Well,
yeah.
Thursday night prediction.
Thursday night game prediction? Who we got?
We got Bengals, Ravens.
Okay. Well.
Let's start off who wins.
Okay, so
we're at Baltimore.
Yeah, the Ravens win.
Ravens win.
Yeah.
But it's going to be,
it's going to be close, huh?
Okay, so
I don't think
the Ravens defense cannot stop Joe Burrow throwing the ball. And the Bengals defense can't stop Lamar running or Derrick Henry. So is it going to be 5 touchdowns? Both quarterbacks going to have 5 touchdowns apiece?
Should be feast. It should be a feast game for everybody.
If I was a gambling man, I would take the
over.
Depending on what it is.
Over is 53 and a half.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that all day long.
I'm taking that. Yeah.
All day long.
All day long.
Yeah.
So we're definitely playing Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Yes. Zay Flowers.
Flowers, yeah. Mark Andrews. I'm going to take a fire on him, yeah.
I mean, on the Bengals. Joe Burrow?
Yes. Chase Brown, yes.
Yes, Chase Brown.
Lamar Chase?
Yep.
Yes.
Gasecki, yes.
Yeah, I'm playing Gasecki, too.
Gesecki's, yes.
Yeah. I'm playing all 4 of them.
T. Higgins?
T. Higgins is not playing.
Yeah, he's hurt.
He's not going to play. Mm-hmm. But Iosivas, no.
I don't touch these. No.
Because you notice when Higgins originally first got hurt, Gasecki was getting all of those passes.
Yep.
I think Gasecki's going to be a thing.
Do you think he's number 2, right behind Jamar?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, Chase Brown would be number 2. And then
you know what I mean, like as far as receiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I think Baltimore is going to, I think it's going to be like 38-21. I don't even think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be 41-17.
Yeah, that's what I don't think the Bengals may get 21 points. That's about it.
And it's going to 100% be because of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, okay. Or Lamar running the ball. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our episode. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldwell.
And I'm Cadillac.
And we're out.
Hey, give me the chip. I need the championship. Wait, we got a dream. Next to the team.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring said to be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove. But for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Sometimes it's hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah. They know it's true.